Welcome to Jam Packed, Business Made Easy with AI. My name is Robin Anderson, and I'm the CEO of Jam AI. At Jam AI, we have a community where we are training thousands of small business owners every week on how to use applicable and everyday AI. In this podcast, we're focusing on the human side of AI. We're interviewing members of our community and understanding how they're using AI to save more time and make more money. We also practice what we preach. Every Monday, we're generating a podcast from our AI agent. You're going to love it. We have way too much content and not enough time to record, so it's helping us get this information to you. Well, buckle up, take some notes, and listen to what we're about to tell you. And if you want to know more, you can join us free for 7 days in Club Jam by going to jamout.ai for more information.
Listen to me right now. If you are a small business owner, if you are in marketing or you're just out there grinding in sales and you are feeling completely overwhelmed by the sheer volume of tech being thrown at you every single day.
Oh, yeah, the burnout is so real right now.
It is. But it is time to stop.
Yeah.
I mean it. Stop feeling paralyzed, stop making excuses, and start taking control of your time and your revenue.
Absolutely. You just have to lean into it.
Exactly. You have the power to completely change how you work, but you have to stop sitting on the sidelines watching everyone else get faster. So, welcome to this special deep dive into our stack of sources crafted specifically for jam-packed business made easy with AI.
Brought to you by jamout.ai, by the way.
Yes, brought to you by jamout.ai. Our mission today is simple, and honestly, it's ruthless. We are going to cut straight through the 2026 AI noise.
Which there is a lot of, let's be honest.
So much noise.
Yeah.
We're taking this massive stack of articles, data reports, technical guides, and we're just breaking down the latest tools to give you an actionable, plain English playbook, no fluff.
Just the stuff that actually works.
Right. By the time we are done here, you will know exactly how to supercharge your business operations.
And just to, set the baseline here, we need to understand that AI is no longer a novelty. It's not some toy you play with on a Friday afternoon anymore.
Right. The novelty phase is totally over.
It's the new operating system for work, period. According to the data in our sources, by late 2025, over 1 million businesses were already using ChatGPT.
1 million? That's just wild.
Yeah, and looking at the broader market today, 47% of modern U.S. companies are now paying for AI tools. That is up from 26% just a year prior.
Wow. Almost double.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you aren't integrating this into your daily workflows right now, you aren't just missing a fun trend. You are actively handing your market share over to competitors who are using it to scale.
Exactly. But here is the trap I see so many entrepreneurs fall into. You know you need it, right? So you just log into whatever chatbot you heard about 6 months ago and try to make it do literally everything.
Which is the worst thing you can do right now.
Yeah. You can't leverage AI to grow your business if you don't actually know what the market looks like today. And the biggest shift we're seeing in the 2026 source material is this massive pivot towards specialists.
That is the defining trend of the year. I mean, what's fascinating is looking at the March 2026 market share data.
Okay, lay it on us.
So ChatGPT still dominates the space. They have a 60.4% market share.
Right, because of the brand recognition, everyone just says ChatGPT like it's Kleenex.
Exactly. Then you've got Google Gemini sitting at 15.2%, and Microsoft Copilot is at 12.9%. But, and this is the important part, you have to look at the momentum.
Okay, who's moving fastest?
Claude AI. They are currently the fastest growing platform out there. They're showing this massive 14% quarterly user growth, and Gemini is following closely at 12%.
Which tells us something incredibly important. The market is completely splintering. We are moving away from that era of the, general purpose chatbot that supposedly does everything okay.
Right, the jack of all trades.
Yeah, and we're moving toward highly specialized answer engines and business tools that do one specific thing perfectly. Like, look at Perplexity from the sources.
Oh, Perplexity is a great example. They hold a 5.8% market share now.
And their entire focus is purely on accurate, cited research. It doesn't want to write you a poem. It wants to find you a statistic.
Precisely. The days of treating one AI like a magic 8-ball for your entire company are totally over.
And as a business owner, think about it like this. You wouldn't hire a graphic designer to do your corporate taxes, right?
I mean, I hope not.
Exactly. You wouldn't hire your accountant to design your logo. So why in the world would you use one single AI for every single task in your business? It makes zero sense.
It's just bad management, honestly.
So let's get practical for the listener. How should a business owner actually build their digital team? Like, which AI tool should you hire for which specific business task right now?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's all about matching the tool's underlying architecture to your specific operational need. Let's start with the heavy lifting, writing and coding.
Okay, the deep work.
Yeah. If you are drafting long-form content, analyzing massive documents, or building software, you want to hire Claude. Specifically, their UPIS 4.6 model.
Why Claude over the others for that specific stuff?
Because of its memory. It has what we call a 1 million token context window.
Okay, wait. Stop. Translate tokens for us. What does that actually look like for someone just sitting at their desk?
Sure. Think of tokens like words or, well, pieces of words. A 1 million token window means you can upload a 700-page book, or your entire company's historical sales data, or like a massive legal policy manual.
All in one single prompt.
All in one single prompt. The AI can hold all of that in its working memory without losing the plot or forgetting chapter 1 by the time it reaches chapter 10.
That's incredible.
It is. Plus, it writes in a highly nuanced, non-formulaic way. It just doesn't sound like a robot wrote it.
Oh, and it also features agent teams, which actually lets multiple AI agents work on different parts of a project simultaneously.
Okay. That is huge for heavy research. But what if I just need a versatile, everyday assistant? Like something that can handle visuals or something I can just talk to while I'm driving to a client meeting.
For versatility in visuals, you hire ChatGPT running on GPT 5.2. It is the ultimate Swiss Army knife.
Really? Still the go-to for the everyday stuff.
Oh, yeah. It wins heavily on image generation with GPT Image. So if you need quick mock-ups for a pitch, it's unmatched. And its advanced voice mode makes it the best on-the-go brainstorming partner.
Oh, the voice mode is crazy.
It is. You can literally have a fluid, real-time conversation with it to prep for a sales call.
I use that constantly to practice objection handling. It's so good. Now, what about marketing? Because if you are in marketing, you are constantly tracking social sentiment, looking for trends, trying to figure out what people are mad about or excited about today. Right. For real-time marketing and social sentiment, you want Grok. Specifically Grok 4.1. The massive advantage here is its direct integration.
Because it's tied to X, right?
Exactly. Because it taps directly into real-time data from X, formerly Twitter, it catches emerging cultural trends and consumer reactions long before they're indexed on Google or, hit the mainstream web.
So it's basically a real-time focus group in your pocket.
Pretty much. Now, the Super Grok tier does cost $30 a month, but it includes this deep search mode for really deeply cited research, and it actually has 2 distinct personalities you can toggle.
Wait, personalities?
Yeah, there's standard mode for professional, straight-laced output, and then fun mode for a more irreverent, creative, lateral thinking approach.
I love that. Sometimes you need that weird creative spark. And what about the corporate folks, the ones who are completely locked into an ecosystem and can't just go downloading new software?
For enterprise integration, it's straightforward. Hire Gemini 3 Pro if your business runs on Google Workspace, and hire Microsoft Copilot if you live in Office 365.
Just keep it native.
Exactly. The seamless integration saves countless hours of downloading, copying, and pasting between apps. And finally, if you're looking to build your own internal products on a budget, or you need open source models because you have strict data privacy rules.
Which a lot of healthcare and finance folks do.
Right. Look at DeepSeek v3.2 and Meta's Llama 4. They are offering frontier level performance at a fraction of the cost of the commercial giants.
Okay, listen, I'm going to push back here.
Go for it.
Because as a hustling entrepreneur, I'm looking at my monthly expenses, right? I do not want 5 different $30 subscriptions hitting my credit card every single month. It's subscription fatigue. It's too much overhead. Honestly, shouldn't I just buy the $20 ChatGPT Plus and just call it a day?
That is a super common reaction, but we need to radically reframe how we view that cost.
How so?
Stop thinking of it as a software subscription and start thinking of it as payroll.
Oh, wow. Payroll.
Yeah. Think of the power user approach. Spending $40 a month, say $20 on Claude for your deep writing and analysis, and $20 on ChatGPT for your quick brainstorming and image generation that gives you a comprehensive suite that replaces tens of thousands of dollars in enterprise software, or even agency retainers.
That is a great point. You are paying $40 a month to essentially hire a world-class researcher and a rapid prototyping assistant. You couldn't hire a human intern for a single hour for that price.
Exactly. You're investing in a digital team, not just a software tool.
Okay, I'm sold on the team concept.
Yeah.
But here's where this deep dive gets really interesting. Chatbots are great for drafts and brainstorming. But at the end of the day, I still have to copy the text, open my email, format it, and hit send.
Right, the manual execution.
Yes. What if you need an AI to actually do the work, like execute the multi-step task while I focus on taking client calls and closing sales?
Well, now we are stepping into the true frontier of AI in 2026. Deep reasoning and autonomous agents.
Let's get into it.
Let's start with deep reasoning. We are looking at OpenAI's o1 and o3 models compared to their standard GPT-4o.
How are they fundamentally different, like practically speaking?
The O-series models have a built-in chain of thought. When you give them a prompt, they don't just spit out the first word that probabilistically makes sense. They actually pause.
They literally stop and think.
Yes.
Okay.
They self-reflect, they verify their own logic, and they check details against their own reasoning before they generate an answer.
It sounds slow.
They are slower, sometimes taking 30 seconds or even a minute to reply, but they are perfect for complex logic, auditing dense legal contracts, or complex STEM tasks. GPT-4o, on the other hand, is for fast, single-pass creative work where you just need quick marketing copy and you don't want to wait.
Okay, so the O series is the deep thinker you lock in a room to solve a hard problem, and 4o is the fast-talking brainstormer. That makes sense. But what about having an AI actually take over your mouse and keyboard? Because the sources outline some wild developments with agents physically controlling your computer.
Yeah, the architecture here is a massive leap forward. Anthropic has released a feature called computer use. It literally controls your desktop. It moves the mouse cursor, it clicks buttons, and it reads what is on your screen by taking constant screenshots.
Wait, it's just looking at my screen and clicking? That sounds incredibly dangerous.
It is, which is why Anthropic operates it in a sandbox Docker environment.
Okay, speak English for a second. What is a sandbox Docker environment?
Fair enough. Think of it as a digital quarantine zone. It's an isolated, fake computer running inside your real computer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so the AI can click around, browse the web, and manipulate files inside that safe box, but it cannot accidentally click on your real hard drive and delete your company's payroll system. But setting that up requires some serious technical know-how.
Got it. So it's powerful, but strictly quarantined. What is OpenAI doing on that front?
OpenAI launched the Computer Using Agent, or CUA. This is aimed squarely at businesses and costs $200 a month. Yeah, but instead of running on your local machine, it operates strictly within a secure, managed cloud browser hosted by OpenAI.
So it's not even on your desktop.
Exactly. It is incredible for web-based tasks like booking flights, filling out vendor forms, or scraping web data. But because it's in the cloud, it can't touch your local desktop apps like Word or Excel.
$200 a month is steep, but
Yeah.
again, if it's doing hours of data entry, it pays for itself.
Mm.
And then there's Manus AI, which the sources describe as a true autonomous agent.
Right. Manus is different because you can give it a highly abstract command. You can literally tell it, research the top 10 CRMs, compare their pricing tiers, find out which ones integrate with Slack, and make an Excel table for me. And it just goes.
It just does all of that.
It opens a browser, runs the searches, clicks the links, reads the pricing pages, and compiles the document all on its own.
That is exactly what I would ask a junior analyst to do.
Exactly. But, and this is a big, but it runs on a credit system. The standard plan is $20 a month for 4,000 credits.
Okay, that doesn't sound too bad.
Well, because it takes so many steps to complete a task, just one complex research task can eat up 900 of those credits in a single go. So you have to use it very strategically.
Now, I have to get real with you and with the listener right now. I love the idea of Manus doing my market research while I sleep. But the idea of letting an AI run wild on my computer, autonomously clicking things, sounds absolutely terrifying. What if it gets confused and emails my client list something crazy, or buys $1,000 worth of software I didn't want?
Your hesitation is entirely validated by the source material. Manus is incredibly impressive, but it currently lacks enterprise security certifications like SOC2.
SOC2 being the bank-level security standard that large corporations require to keep client data safe from hackers, right?
Exactly. It doesn't have that yet. And like all language models, autonomous agents can hallucinate facts. But the danger is much higher here because when they are stringing together long multi-step tasks, a hallucination at step 2 ruins steps 3 through 10.
It's a domino effect.
Totally. The critical takeaway for business owners right now is to use these autonomous agents as powerful interns, not unsupervised autopilots. You still need a human in the loop to verify the final output before it impacts your business.
Treat them like interns. I love that. You wouldn't let an intern you hired yesterday send an email to your biggest client without reading it first. You verify the work. But here's the thing. None of this matters. Not the 1 million token context windows, not the autonomous clicking, not the deep reasoning. If you give an intern terrible instructions, they're going to do a terrible job.
So true.
Which brings us to the secret sauce of making any of this actually work. Prompt engineering for business ROI.
It is the ultimate bottleneck. I mean, prompting sounds highly technical, but it is simply the art of phrasing your instructions to elicit the absolute best response from the model. There is zero coding required.
Not at all.
It's all plain language. But there are specific techniques that yield drastically better results, which reduces those hallucinations we just talked about.
Let's break those techniques down. Because make this sound better is a terrible prompt.
It is the worst prompt. First is zero-shot prompting. This is just asking a quick, direct question without providing any examples, like, what is the capital of France? It's good for simple, factual lookups. But when you need quality for your business, you move to few-shot prompting.
Give me a real-world example of few-shot.
Sure. Let's say you want the AI to write a sales outreach email. Instead of just saying write an email, few-shot prompting means you paste 3 or 4 examples of your absolute best-performing past emails right into the prompt.
All giving a baseline.
Exactly. You tell the AI, here are 3 examples of my brand-specific tone. Now write a new email about our new product matching this exact style.
Which is huge. That stops it from sounding like that generic robotic AI voice everyone hates.
Exactly. It anchors the output. Then there's chain of thought prompting, where you explicitly tell the AI to think step by step before answering. This forces it to break down complex problems and show its math, which heavily reduces errors.
Make it show its work, like in high school math class.
Pretty much. We also have role-based prompting. Instead of asking for ad copy, you tell the AI, act as a senior creative ad copywriter for a high-end luxury brand with 20 years of experience. This immediately sets the context, the vocabulary, and the level of sophistication.
You are literally giving it a job title.
Yes. And finally, contextual, or RAG, prompting. That stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Which sounds very complicated.
It's just a fancy way of saying, feed the AI your actual specific business data. If a customer asks a question, you don't want the AI guessing based on the whole internet. You upload a PDF of your specific return policy and tell it, answer the customer's question using only the rules in this document. It anchors its answers in your reality.
And if you are sitting there wondering if taking the time to write a good prompt actually matters for your bottom line, the sources have real ROI proof. Indeed, the massive job platform used ChatGPT to match candidates and draft outreach messages. That simple integration resulted in 20% more applications and 13% more hires.
That is massive.
A massive jump in conversion just from using AI correctly.
And look at KPMG. They built an internal tool called TaxBot. They didn't just ask it a simple question. They created a highly structured 100-page prompt filled with specific tax codes and partner advice.
A 100-page prompt.
Yeah. And by doing that upfront engineering, they reduced a 2-week tax drafting process into a single day.
2 weeks down to 1 day. Think about how much money that saves. And then there's Octopus Energy in the UK. They use AI to handle 44% of all their customer inquiries. The CEO literally said the AI is doing the work of 250 human customer service reps.
250.
Now, my first instinct when I read that was, oh, their customers must be furious. We all hate phone tree bots. But the source material says the AI actually has higher customer satisfaction scores than the human agents.
And why is that? Because they didn't just plug in a raw chatbot. They used deep context and role-based prompting so the AI understood exactly how to resolve issues quickly, politely, and accurately, without putting the customer on hold for 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to drop a major truth bomb for you right now. Listen closely. Prompting is literally just delegating. Think about it. If you tell a human employee to just make this better, they are going to fail. They don't know what you want.
Right, they can't read your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you give them a role, if you give them examples of what good looks like, and if you give them the proper context, they succeed. You have to treat AI exactly like your most eager, smartest, but completely literal-minded employee.
That is the perfect analogy. The AI has all the knowledge in the world, but it has absolutely no intuition about your specific business until you provide it through the prompt.
Exactly. Okay, we've talked high-level strategy, we've talked about which specialist tools to hire, and we've talked about the psychology of how to speak to them. Now, let's get into the weeds. Let's give you some rapid-fire execution. I want everyday, concrete, button-clicking hacks you can use today to save hours of your life, specifically focusing on Microsoft Copilot, since so many of us live in Office 365.
Copilot is deeply integrated into the tools most businesses already use, which makes it incredibly powerful for immediate productivity if you know where to click. Let's start with a brilliant reference trick. When you are typing a prompt in Copilot, simply type a /.
Just the slash key.
Just hitting that one key instantly brings up a menu to reference your files, your recent emails, or your upcoming meetings directly inside your prompt.
That alone saves so much context switching. You don't have to open 3 different tabs, copy the text, and paste it in. What about PowerPoint? I am terrible at making slides, and I know I spent 4 hours last week trying to turn a massive project proposal into a pitch deck. I wanted to pull my hair out. Tell me Copilot fixes this.
Oh, Copilot in PowerPoint is a total game changer for exactly that scenario. Let's say you have a dense 30-page Word document, maybe a detailed business plan for opening a new retail store. You can open PowerPoint, use the Copilot side panel, reference that specific Word document using the / trick, and just tell it to create a presentation based on this document.
And it builds it.
It instantly generates an 18-slide deck. It perfectly matches your company's visual theme and colors. It pulls out the key bullet points. And get this, it even writes the speaker notes for you at the bottom of each slide so you know what to say.
You just eliminated an entire afternoon of busy work with one sentence. Okay, what about OneDrive? I feel like we all have folders full of messy, disorganized documents from different vendors.
Absolutely. In OneDrive, you can highlight up to 5 files at once. Let's say you have 5 different PDF invoices from 5 different freelance contractors, and they are all formatted completely differently.
A total nightmare to track.
Right. You highlight them, click the Copilot logo, and select Compare. The AI will instantly read through those separate PDFs, extract the relevant data like the contractor name, the date, and the amount due, and present it to you in a clean, unified table, complete with grand totals.
Unbelievable. No more manual data entry. And for everyone living in spreadsheets, I hate doing VLOOKUPs when I'm trying to map out sales territories.
Copilot in Excel fundamentally changes how marketers and sales teams interact with data. If your data is formatted as a table and saved in the cloud, you don't need to know complex formulas anymore.
Thank goodness.
Let's say you have a list of 500 cities where your customers live, but you need to segment your marketing campaign by country, and you don't have a country column. You literally just prompt Copilot in plain English. Add a new column identifying the country for each city. It understands the geographic context, does the lookup autonomously, and populates the entire column instantly.
That allows a marketer to segment a global campaign in 10 seconds instead of spending an hour on Google trying to figure out where certain cities are. That's real ROI. Let's talk about communication because we all spend way too much time in our inboxes. How does Copilot help in Outlook?
Outlook has a fantastic feature called Coaching by Copilot. We've all been there, right? You receive a frustrating email from a vendor, and you draft a reply while you're angry.
Oh, the dangerous angry draft.
Yes. Before you hit send, Copilot will evaluate your tone. It might flag it and tell you, this comes across as aggressive and condescending, and then it will offer specific suggestions to soften the language so you maintain a professional relationship while still getting your point across.
That feature alone could save so many business relationships.
Truly. You can also use Copilot to instantly create complex inbox rules using plain English. Instead of digging through 5 levels of settings menus, you just type, pin all emails from my regional manager to the top of my inbox and highlight them in red. And it builds the routing logic for you automatically.
I love that. And finally, Teams. We are all stuck in back-to-back meetings, and sometimes you just show up 10 minutes late.
If you join a Microsoft Teams meeting late, you don't have to interrupt the flow of the conversation to ask what you missed. You just open the Copilot pane on the side and prompt it to give you a recap of what was covered so far. You can even ask, list any specific action items that were assigned to me. It analyzes the real-time transcript and gets you entirely up to speed in seconds without anyone knowing you were behind.
Okay, I need you to stop what you are doing and think about what you just heard. You now have the ultimate 2026 playbook. You know exactly which specialized tools to draft onto your digital team. You understand why you need them. You know how to prompt them, like a master delegator instead of a frustrated boss. And you have the exact rapid-fire hacks to reclaim hours of your week. It is time to stop doing the busy work and start doing the business work. The tools are right in front of you. Go use them.
And as you do step into this new way of working, I want to leave you with one final question to chew on. We talked earlier about how Octopus Energy used AI to successfully do the work of 250 customer service reps. As you implement these exact tools and as you automate your own sales, marketing, and operational workflows to that extreme level of efficiency, how do you ensure your brand retains its human soul? Efficiency is a powerful engine, but in a world where literally every single one of your competitors is using AI to automate their business, genuine, authentic human connection might just become your rarest and most valuable commodity.
Don't lose the human touch while you build the machine. Take control of your time, get out there, and make it happen.